Parents, families, teachers of our IB graduating class of 2021, welcome to this very special occasion as we celebrate the wonderful achievements of this exceptional group of young men and women. Whilst I'm deeply sorry that we cannot have parents join us today in the PAC, I'm delighted that we're able to stream the ceremony live to our parents and hope that this allows them to feel a part of this very special day.
2021년 졸업생 학부모님, 가족 친지 여러분, 교과 지도 선생님, 이제 막 성인이 된 우리 뛰어난 현 13학년 학생들의 성취를 축하하는 이 자리에 참석해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다. 오늘 PAC에 부모님을 직접 모시지 못해 진심으로 송구하고 안타깝지만 본 졸업식을 실시간 라이브 스트리밍으로 시청할 수 있도록 준비하였으니 이 시간 영상으로나마 함께하여 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
I am so proud to stand here in front of this group of students. They have completed their IB diplomas during a time of great uncertainty, both in the school and in the world at large. They have had to manage ever-changing circumstances, constant worry about whether school would remain open and whether or not exams would take place, and all whilst experiencing the same reduced freedoms that we've all had to accept as the new normal. I congratulate them, not only for the remarkable hard work and dedication which they have displayed throughout their time in Halle, but also for the resilience and adaptability they've shown as the global situation has wrought such drastic and sudden change.
오늘 졸업을 앞둔 학생들을 바라보니 많은 보람을 느낍니다. 전 세계적으로 불확실하고 어려운 상황 가운데 IB 디플로마를 완수하였습니다. 끊임없이 변화되는 상황 속에서 공부를 해야 했기에 등교 수업이 진행할 수 있는지도 불투명하였고 심지어 IB 디플로마 시행 여부도 확실하지 않아 많은 우려가 있었습니다. 기존에는 당연시 누렸던 것들에 제약이 많았는데 그러한 제약도 뉴 노멀, 새로운 일상으로 받아들여야 했습니다. 할라하우스에서 지냈던 기간 동안 학업에 전념한 태도뿐만 아니라 예기치 못하고 전례 없던 글로벌 정세 속에서도 뛰어난 적응력과 회복력을 보여주었습니다.
I very much look forward to welcoming you all back as ONLJ in the future. I want to hear all of your many inevitable successes, but now is the time to celebrate all that you've already achieved here at NLCS Jeju.
졸업생 여러분, 앞으로 NLCS 제주 동문인 올드 노스 런던 제주로서 학교에 방문해 주실 날을 기다리도록 하겠습니다. NLCS 제주 울타리 밖에서 여러분들이 거두는 훌륭한 성과와 스토리가 너무나 기대가 됩니다. 오늘은 여러분이 지금까지 NLCS 제주에서 거둔 성과를 축하하는 자리입니다.
I would now like to welcome our principal, Ms. Lynn Oldfield, for the Valedictory Address.
이제 총교장 선생님이신 린 올드피드 선생님의 연설이 있겠습니다.
Good afternoon and welcome to your valedictory.
네, 반갑습니다. 오늘 졸업식에 참여하신 모든 분들 진심으로 축하하고 환영합니다.
My farewell is to speed you on to the next important stage in your life, as you will be taking up places in elite universities across the world in the next few years. But this is not a permanent goodbye. As alumni of North London Collegiate School Jeju, you will always have a home here, and we trust that you will stay in contact with all of us here, with both your fellow students and your teachers.
NLCS 제주 울타리를 떠나 전 세계 유수의 대학에서 새로운 학업의 여정을 시작하게 될 여러분들께 작별 인사를 드립니다. 하지만 오늘 드리는 이 작별 인사가 영원한 이별을 뜻하는 것은 아닙니다. 이제 자랑스러운 NLCS 제주 동문으로 NLCS 제주가 졸업생들의 마음의 고향이 될 것입니다. 선생님들과 친구들 그리고 후배들에게 계속해서 연락해 주시고 소식을 전해 주시기 바랍니다.
Many of you have been at North London Collegiate School Jeju for a number of years, whether arriving in the junior school or senior school as a boarder or a day student. Many of you are testament to our belief that we have floors, not ceilings, as you have seized the opportunities that you've experienced and reached out there to work hard, take risks, explore your passions, and discover who you are. You are all ambitious and have made the most of the many talents and gifts that each of you have. You have progressed through this school so that you have become more outward-looking and ready for the next important stage in your life. I recognize an inner strength and confidence in you as you have grown into independent and internationally minded young adults. I am pleased that some of you have, throughout your time at NLCS Jeju, demonstrated a sense of commitment, compassion, and service with the belief in upholding our key values, including academic honesty and a selfless approach to life.
주니어 스쿨 때 입학을 하였든지 시니어 스쿨에 입학을 하였든지 기숙학생이든 통학학생이든 오늘 졸업을 앞둔 졸업생들은 오랜 시간 NLCS 제주에서 많은 시간을 보내었습니다. 이곳에서 수학하는 동안 열심히 공부하고 본인의 열정과 흥미를 탐색하고 추구하면서 각자의 앞에 놓인 기회에 용감하게 도전하였기에 NLCS 제주가 추구하는 Floor Not Ceiling, 모든 학생들이 잠재력을 발휘할 수 있게 한다는 본교의 비전을 실현시켜 주었습니다. 여러분 모두 각자 꿈이 있고 각자가 지닌 많은 재능과 역량을 10분 발휘하였습니다. 그리하여 보다 더 열린 마음으로 세상을 향해 나아갈 수 있게 되었으며 여러분 인생의 또 다른 중요한 단계로 나아갈 준비가 되었습니다. 독립적이고 국제적 마인드를 겸비한 인재로 성장해가는 모습들을 보면서 여러분 속에 내재되어 있는 내적 힘과 자신감을 보았습니다. 본교에 수학하는 동안 학문의 윤리성을 지키고 다른 사람을 배려하고 이타적인 태도를 보이면서 각자가 속한 곳에서 최선을 다하고 다른 사람을 공감하고 이해하고 돕는 손길이 되어주는 모습에 감동을 받았습니다.
When you began your IB diploma program, no one thought that we would have to face the challenges we faced as individuals, families, and as a school as a result of a global pandemic. Here at NLCS Jeju, compared to what has been faced by many around the world, we have been most fortunate, and you have been able to benefit from this. We haven't faced the long periods of lockdown of so many students around the world. And although we did have periods of online learning here at NLCS Jeju, we have been able to prioritize your studies, and so you have been able to be in school more than any other year group. The IBO has responded pragmatically and reduced the content, changed the means of assessment, and reduced the examinations, all of which were to the benefit of you. Despite the fact that so many of your teachers faced untold family bereavements and family crisis, you have continued to be well taught and served by your teachers. Therefore, as we have completed our examinations and assessments for the IB diploma program, we have so much to be grateful for. I hope that when you celebrate your results, you will also give thanks to those who have supported you throughout this program, your parents and your teachers.
오늘 졸업을 앞둔 여러분들이 IB 디플로마 프로그램을 시작하게 되었을 때 그 당시에는 어느 누구도 코로나19 팬데믹으로 이렇게 큰 어려움이 있을 것이라고는 상상하지 못하였습니다. 그러나 전 세계의 다른 많은 나라에 비해 한국은 코로나19 상황에서 안전한 국가이기에 IB 디플로마를 이수하는데 비교적 큰 어려움은 없었습니다. 물론 한시적으로 온라인으로 수업을 진행하던 시간도 있었지만 다행히 장기간으로 이어지지는 않았고 무엇보다도 13학년 학생들의 경우 대입을 직접적으로 앞둔 학년인지라 타 학년 학생들보다 대면 수업 비중이 더 높았습니다. IBO에서도 현 상황을 반영하여 실질적으로 대응하고 교과 내용을 축소하고 평가 방법도 바꾸며 시험 횟수도 줄였습니다. 이 모든 것이 우리 학생들에게 도움이 되었기를 기대합니다. 코로나19로 인해 이동의 제한을 겪는 시기 동안 본교의 많은 선생님들이 멀리 떨어져 있는 가족들의 비보를 접하게 되기도 하였습니다. 큰 아픔이 있었지만 그 어떤 상황 속에서도 제자 양성에 대한 열정이 퇴색되지는 않았습니다. 올해 IB 디플로마 시험과 평가를 무사히 마무리하게 되어 너무나 감사한 마음이 듭니다. 향후 IB 디플로마 최종 결과가 나왔을 때 애정어린 마음으로 여러분을 지지해 주신 부모님과 선생님들께 감사의 마음을 전달하기를 기대합니다.
As you begin the next stage of your lives, please remember, each one of you has achieved academic excellence in many different disciplines, but above all, you are aspirational thinkers whom universities will value and respect. You have a responsibility to play an active role in these institutions.
여러분 각자는 다양한 분야에서 학문적으로 뛰어난 우수성을 보여주었습니다. 하지만 무엇보다도 대학이 원하는 인재상인 포부 넘치고 청운의 뜻을 세울 수 있는 사고의 소유자라는 사실을 기억해 주기를 바랍니다.
Each one of you has developed a true understanding of self-awareness, with a deep understanding of where your future passions lie, and indeed for some, the future direction of your careers.
여러분들은 각자의 열정과 미래의 방향에 대한 깊이 있는 이해를 할 수 있는 사람입니다.
Each one of you has shown determination in your ambition to achieve at the highest level. We expect that you will stay true to the core beliefs and values of this school, and that you have developed a strong moral and ethical code which has determined how you act now and in the future. As global citizens, we expect you to espouse the importance of diversity, international mindedness, and a rejection of discrimination, racism, and bigotry.
여러분은 코로나19로 어렵고 도전이 되는 시간 동안 신념과 가치를 굳게 지키면서 뛰어난 극복력을 보여주었습니다. 여러분이 각자 견고하게 세운 도덕, 윤리적 가치와 생각이 행동에 영향을 미치게 될 것입니다. 여러분은 다양성과 국제적 마인드의 중요성을 지지하면서 동시에 인종차별 및 모든 종류의 편협함과 차별을 배설물로 여기는 진정한 글로벌 시민입니다.
Most of you over the next few years will be living away from South Korea and your families as you take up places at universities. Many of you have learned to develop skills of resilience through these challenging times and have the strength of character and confidence, as well as the skills and attributes needed to be successful now and to be prepared for future success.
지금 이곳에 모인 졸업생 중에 상당수 많은 학생들이 대학 진학으로 인해 한국과 가족을 떠나 꿈을 향해 나아가게 됩니다. 성공을 할 수 있는 역량과 능력뿐만 아니라 자신감과 내적 자질 또한 갖춘 졸업생들이 자랑스럽습니다.
Here at North London Collegiate School Jeju, we endeavour to prepare boys and girls for a life of learning, leadership, service, and personal fulfilment. We are closely aligned to the core values of our founders, Francis Mary Buss. We are confident and know that our students are prepared for study at the best universities anywhere in the world, as seen by the success of our alumni in their undergraduate programs. As you leave NLCS Jeju, I congratulate you on what I know will be your success in the IB Diploma Programme. And as you join our alumni, I wish you every success in your chosen career paths at universities across the world.
NLCS 제주는 학생들에게 배우는 삶, 리더십, 다른 사람을 섬기는 태도, 그리고 개인적 성취를 거두도록 지도하고 있습니다. NLCS의 설립자인 프란시스 메리 버스 교육 철학과 동일합니다. NLCS 제주를 졸업한 선배들을 보아서 알 수 있듯이 2021년 졸업생들 또한 세계 유수의 대학에서 매우 성공적인 또 다른 사례를 만들 수 있으리라 확신합니다. 오늘 졸업하는 학생들이 이제는 NLCS 제주 동문으로 계속해서 인연을 이어갈 수 있기에 기쁩니다. 여러분들의 건승을 기원하겠습니다.
I want to thank those of you who were members of the Big Eight and held positions of responsibility in the school, but also all of you who have contributed so much to life at North London Collegiate School Jeju through your hard work and efforts in creating such a unique and vibrant school. You have contributed to every aspect of school life, and your time has created memories for you and us that will never be forgotten.
빅8뿐만 아니라 본교에 많은 기여를 해준 여기 있는 모든 졸업생들에게 진심으로 감사의 마음을 전하고 싶습니다. 여러분들의 학문에 대한 열정과 노력이 우리 학교를 더욱더 특별하고 활기 넘치게 만들어 주었습니다. 여러분들의 손길과 노력으로 캠퍼스 여기저기가 더욱더 빛이 났습니다. 오랫동안 기억할 것입니다.
It is now time for you to leave us and make new memories and a real difference in the world. So good luck, and you have our best wishes for your future success and happiness.
이제
Thank you.
떠나야 될 때가 되었습니다. 새로운 곳에서 새로운 기억과 추억을 만들고 세상의 아름다운 변화를 만들어 주기를 기대합니다. 항상 행복하고 하는 일마다 형통하기를 축복합니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Miss Oldfield. We'd now like to begin the presentation of the certificates for Haller East. And I'd like to invite Miss Warrior, Haller East 13A, up to the stage, please.
Good afternoon. I still remember the day I walked into Mr. Sanagadu's office to discuss the duties that I was going to inherit. Mr. Pettifor was in the office as well. As Mr. Sanagadu finished reading out your names, there was a moment of silence, which was followed by Mr. Pettifor saying, "That's a really good group of students." But I have to disagree. You're not a good group of students. You are the best group of students that I could have ever hoped for. It has been my honor and my privilege to have been your form tutor, and I thank you for making me feel so welcome. I'd love to wax eloquence about each one of you, but due to the constraints of time, I'm going to keep this short. Yunsu, Katie, you were always punctual to registration and incredibly easy to talk to, whether it was about something as simple as makeup or as complex as your future plans. If you find yourself outside the gates of the Sorbonne, please do think of me, and all the best. Unsu, Ashlyn, I have been particularly impressed by your kind and compassionate nature. You've always taken your education seriously. I have no doubt that you'll be hugely successful in the future. Wu Jin, you're unfailingly polite and calm, except the time when you worried about Mandarin B. I hope that your dream university becomes your reality soon. Dahe Irene, you're friendly and pleasant with an individuality that you are never hesitant to express. I hope that you find success in whatever you do. Yun Sang, you are an intellectual with a great sense of humor and a quiet confidence that I admire very much. Thank you for all your contributions to the school and for introducing me to Janabi. A bright future awaits you. Jun, you always had the class in splits with your amazing sense of humor and your wonderful mimicry. I'm not going to say who you mimicked. That's a form secret. I cannot imagine our tutor group without you. All the very best. Hina, your courage and confidence will help you overcome any obstacles that you may face in the future. Nayang, I am truly impressed with your passion for music. Thank you for introducing me to a great range of music during tutor time, and all the very best of luck at Stanford. Taeyun, you represented our form in your quiet and efficient way. You've always been courteous and respectful to everyone around you. I'm sure that these qualities will help you achieve every success possible. As all of you embark upon a new chapter in your lives, do not be afraid to make mistakes. Continue to work hard to achieve your goals. Be good representatives of your country, and above all, be safe. I wish you all the very best for the future. Thank you. I will now invite my tutees to come up and receive their certificates from Ms. Oldfield. Please come forward as I call out your names. Yonsu Che, Reading International Relations. Unsu Cho, Reading Business. Wu Jean John, Reading Business Management. Daihye Jin, Reading International Business. Yun Sang Kim, Reading Physics and Academic Scholar. Sang Jun Shim, Reading Sociology. Hina Sim, reading International Relations. Nayang Son, reading Music, Science and Technology. Taeyun Son, reading Computer Science and Academic Scholar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Warrior. Could I please invite Mr. Canning's tutor group up, Haller East 13B.
It is with mixed emotions that I give this speech. After so long here at NLCS, my current tutees are finally moving on. For many of you, this will be a bittersweet moment, as you have come to the end of your journey here at NLCS. From here on in, your studies will be undertaken elsewhere with a new cohort of friends and classmates. There will no doubt be challenges ahead, and your time here at NLCS will have equipped you with the capabilities to take responsibility for all facets of your learning, and for many, your new life abroad. Your future studies will be only one source of your further growth and development as you negotiate your way through this new stage of your lives. I'd like to remind my tutees, before they leave, of some of the qualities you've shown during your time together that you can carry with you after you leave. As a tutor group, you have been impressively stoic in your approach to your final year, meeting challenges head-on and with an unyielding seriousness of purpose. You have approached the demands of the year systematically and methodically. The intensity with which you focus your gaze is astonishing and remarkable, and you have shown what knowledgeable and caring students can do. Together as 10 individuals, you have developed all these attributes and more, and by taking these with you to the next stage of your lives, you will no doubt thrive. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you success and all the very best luck with your future endeavours. Soyeon Bae will be reading Art. Jaeung Chung, reading Architecture. Sulin Huang will be reading Psychology. Daeyoung Kim, who is an academic scholar, will be reading Film Studies. Jimin Kim will be reading Biology. Yoon Kim will be reading Theatre. Kyung-kyu Lee will be reading Applied Mathematics. Usok Lee will be reading Biological Sciences. Sunwoo Moon will be reading Business. And Hyun-So No, who is an academic scholar, will be reading Biomedicine.
Could I please invite up Mr. Park's tutor group, Haller East 13C.
Even at the risk of sounding cliche, I have to start my speech with, I cannot believe that 2 years have passed already and it's time to let you go. The names I'll be calling out are in order of I sound list, not in order of my preference. To start off with Taekwon, you've joined our tutor group a year later than the rest of us, and yet I'll always remember you as the tall, good-looking young man with an undeniable charm who appears compliant but hides underneath a rebel. Chaewon and Yubin, you girls made it a part of my itinerary to calm your wild chatters first thing in the morning. Believe it or not, I will sometimes miss you two's bantering voices saying in unison, "You are too mean, Mr. Park." And of course, Kyuri and Yeun, the lovely duo of our group. There are many times when either one or both of you were absent in the morning for reasons neither of you really specified. You will never know how extraordinary it feels for me to send you out on this day of graduation. Then we move on to Jung-hoon and Gonu, the male border union. You two were such good-natured, diligent boys. You never late to registration for 2 whole years and were kind enough to never cause trouble when I was on duty. And lastly, how could I forget Seung-yun, who always used the danakache, despite the fact that he hasn't even served in military yet. You loved to proudly repeat, "I'm earnest," with that unique tinge of rebellion. The 8 of you were so different as individuals, yet so benefiting as a group, and I'm beyond happy to see all of you graduating safely. The bunch of you will stay long in my memory. I pray that your journey towards your each individual dream will always shine brightly. Thank you. 잘 가라. Taekwon Kang, reading Business and Political Economy. Chaewon Kim, reading Basic Medical Sciences. Jung-hoon Kim, reading Business. Kyuri Kim, taking gap year. Yeun Koo, reading Fine Art. Seung-yun Lee, reading Economics. Yubin Park. Yubin Park. Reading statistics. Konu Yoon. Reading biomedical science.
Thank you. Could I please invite Mrs. Park and her judge group, Haller East 13D, to the stage?
Good afternoon. I'm Mi-sun Park, a Korean teacher and year 13 tutor who spent 2 years with 11 students in Halla East. Kim Min-sung, Lee Gon-ho, Lee Jung-min, Lee Yu-ju, Im Han-byul, Song Young-jae, Seo Yun-jae, Woo Han-sung, Yong Seung-hyun, Yoon Seok-young, and Lee Da-hun. On the borderline of spring and summer, I look at my children standing on the borderline of another life, waiting to make the first step into adulthood. I know the hope, joy, sadness, and tears in every step they have taken. And I'm also well aware that all of such a step made these 11 great students standing in front of me now. Firstly, I would like to express my utmost respect and love to my lovely children who have endured the biggest challenge of their lives yet, with the unprecedented burden of a global pandemic on their shoulders. My brave children, I undoubtedly believe that you, every single one of you, would leave meaningful and beautiful footprint in the grand canvas of the world. Min-sung, who has always been a man of manner and dignity. Gon-ho, who both modestly and quietly strives at his place. Jung-min, who brightened the mood every day with a beautiful smile. Yu-ju, who never did once break the notorious deadline of the IB diploma. Han-byul, a determined leader of the class who has always been trustworthy and humorous. Young-jae, an extravagant musician of talent and flair. Yoon-jae, a cute troublemaker of our extended family. Han-sung, the early bird of our class who welcomed everyone in his seat. Seung-hyun, a dear friend of mine who had many things in common with me. Seok-young, who magically made all my worries disappear. And finally, Da-hun, who was a late but a delightful addition to the class. It's finally time to put an end to the last 2 years of our journey, which at times had been like a love storm, but also a tranquil lake. We all know that an end is only another beginning in disguise. Wherever you go, my children, I truly wish you all the best. Parents, your children who you've raised with love and care, I tried my hardest to make sure that they grow up into a fine young adult. I wish from the bottom of my heart that they face the wide world with courage. And I dream of the bright future that our sons and daughters will bring in a decade or two. As a teacher, no day would have been happier than today. I humbly thank you, students and parents, for wonderful years I've spent with you. Kim Min-sung, reading Civil Engineering. Lee Da-hun, read Mathematics. Lee Gun-ho, reading Astrophysics. Lee Jung-min, reading Psychology. Lee Yu-ju, reading Biological Science and Chemistry. Im Han-byul, reading Political Science. Song Young-jae, reading Performing Arts Technology. Seo Yoon-jae, reading Mathematics. Woo Han-sung, reading Physics. Yong Seung-hyun, reading Bioengineering. Yoon Seok-young, reading Physics.
And finally, can I invite Mr. Downing's tutor group, Haller East 13E.
Hello, everyone. I have enjoyed getting to know my tutor group. This is Haller East 13E in their final year at NLCS Jeju. They had Mr. Loza as their tutor teacher in year 12. Some of these students have been at this school for a very long time. One student has been here for 10 years. She started here at the same time I did in September 2011 when the school opened. Another student has been here for 9 years, and 2 others for 8 years. Hyuk-ju contributed to student enrichment and enjoyed the SWAG mentoring program. Ji-won enjoyed drama, and he played rugby with a lot of skill. Helen led the school through the outstanding work she did as head girl. Kai worked diligently to meet the demands of the IB program from a distance. Lucy mentored students in schoolhouses, and Tom contributed to many societies. And I really enjoyed seeing him in action on the fencing Bryant each week. Lynn did great work with our young students as part of the Crazy Chemists activity, and Soyeon enjoyed fitness, painting, and drawing. Cindy contributed to many parts of school life, including supporting our really young junior students. And Brian has left his mark on the wall in Haller East, and Yongjae did outstanding work helping students with mathematics. Start here, go anywhere. From NLCS Jeju, these students will spread out across the world. And even though they will be geographically spread out, the friendships they have made here in Jeju will bond them together.
They will be back at NLCS Jeju in the future, and I very much look forward to seeing them at that time. Thank you, and best wishes and good luck. Okay. Are we ready to go? Okay. Hyokju Chung reading physics. Ji Won Han reading sociology. Hei Gyo Jong reading architecture. Just wait. Kai Kaneko reading linguistics. Unfortunately, Kai cannot be here today. Okay. Yonu Kim reading communication design. Song Hyung Lee reading history, academic scholar. Won Gyong Lee reading accounting and finance. So Yeon Min reading art. Sung Bin Min reading art. Brian Park reading public health. Photo. Yong Jae So reading aeronautical engineering.
That brings us to the halfway point of our ceremony this afternoon. And we're incredibly lucky to welcome one of our graduating students, Miss Na Young Son, who will be performing a piano solo by Sergei Rachmaninoff, Prelude in G-sharp minor.
We'd now like to begin the presentation of certificates to Hallam North. Could I please invite Mr. Dillon and his tutor group, Hallam North 13A, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd just like to briefly speak about 13 Hallam North A. I was actually a tutor of a different group last year, and I had to say goodbye to that group at the end of year 12, and then had quickly to adjust to this new group, who clearly had a lot of characters. I want to speak just very briefly about not so much their achievements beyond this, in other parts of the school, but just in the way that they interacted in the tutor group with me each day. When I arrived, luckily there were some familiar faces, Alison and Len, who I had taught before, who welcomed me and helped to point out my mistakes. There are a few straight talkers, in particular Jion and Ju Hee, who let me know when I was pushing them just a little bit too hard. Don't worry, Mr. Dillon, we'll get it done. There were some very organised students, in particular Yarim and Kyle, who never missed a deadline, and who lulled me into a false sense of security about what to expect from everybody else. There were friendly, chatty students, in particular G1 and Gabriel, who never seemed to be too bothered about deadlines, or being on time for that matter. And then there were the quiet ones, David and Kevin and James, who I never knew what they were up to until I called them up to the front to ask them or speak to them directly. But the really nice thing about this group, which I only discovered later in the year, is how much they really liked each other and how well they get on as a group. The photo sessions that we did for the school's official photographs and the fitting of the gowns and the caps was a memorable example of this group bonding and taking mirror selfies, a type of photo genre I did not even realise existed at the time, although I seem to see it all the time now. And of course, how welcoming they all were to me, their new tutor. I expected it to take a while to break through the cool exterior of this group of students, but they were friendly and willing to chat to me about their weekends, their study habits, their holidays, and all the other things that quickly helped me to get to know them and to understand them better. So to the 11 members of 13 HNA, I would like to say thank you for welcoming me and for your company and good humour over the course of this, your last year of high school. Good luck for the future, and I hope to see as many of you as possible come back and visit whenever you have to be in Jeju. Thank you. So now I'd like to welcome students to the stage one by one. Jion An, who's reading Business Management. Young Jin Cho, reading International Relations. Sung Yoon Choi, reading Engineering. Min Hyuk Chung, reading Business Administration. Ji-ho Im, reading Behavioral Biology. Jiwon Jung, reading Biology. Sun Woo Jo, reading Art. Yaerim Jung, reading Chemistry. Jae Sung Kim, reading Environmental Studies and Economics. Joo Hee Kim, reading architecture. And last but certainly not least, Min Sol Park, who is an academic scholar, reading management, business and economics.
Could I please invite Mr. Myers' tutor group, Hallam North 13B.
Hallam North 13B are a fine group of students about to depart on the adventure of the rest of their lifetime. Over the past 2 years, as they've matured, getting to know and understand themselves more, they've engaged in writing letters to themselves, setting out their aspirations for the term ahead. At the end of each term, they read the letters, and only they will know whether they achieved their goals. Some may have been ambitious and not fully achieved, but that's better than a lack of determination to strive to be your best at all times. And Hallam North 13B have strived and will be rewarded with the next stepping stone in securing their future well-being. I hope the letter writing exercise will encourage them to be true to their strong identities they have forged over the last 2 years, motivating them to be ambitious and resilient in the face of future challenges and be forward-looking in all that they do. Hallam North 13B are a creative bunch. Musically, you could have Taeyang leading on strings and piano, Justin on guitar, Sam on his drum machine, Daniel and Marty on lead vocals, though in different genres, Dan and Seungwon dancing, though to different rhythms, Grace and Lisa on karaoke backing vocals. But there is a prize for anyone who gets Seungjoon to be the boogie-woogie boogle boy of Hallam North 13B. Creatively, you could have Grace making her pots for her garden, Taeyang, Marty and Seungjoon knitting for the elderly, Lisa contributing to the medical review, and Sam on the maths blog. Seungwon with his dark thematic contributions to the art exhibition, Dan dancing in the school opera, Marty being involved in the school newsletter, and Justin just being creative with his expressions. He managed to survive in economics with up, down, and truth be told, is quite a good answer in economics. This group of students have had a keen regard for the community in which they live, whether it be around school, helping organise Spanish evening, participating in assembly in junior school, or World Scholar Cup debate judging, representing the school in rugby, or speaking on behalf of the Bodam Comfort Women at Jeju City Hall, or through the Bryant programme with environmental concern for the dolphins, contributing to the lighthouse, painting the walls, or training the swim squad, all have given something back to the community. 3 are of particular note. Lisa has involved herself in collecting glasses for recycling to those less fortunate than ourselves, and positively reacting to COVID, developing the Show Your Smile initiative. Grace has also shown leadership in the school community as tutor group representative and helped organise the yearbook. And Justin spent some time last summer cleaning up his own river in Seoul. They are also a reasonably active group. Cross-country, Pilates, and table tennis prove popular activities. Academic endeavour has been a feature of life for the group, and of particular note are Seungjoon and Sam, who wear the yellow hoods today, marking their achievement of being awarded the Scholar Award in the sixth form for humanities and mathematics, respectively. Sam has engaged heavily with mathematics, participated in the UKMT Mathematics Challenge, winning medals at the LEAMC Championship, being placed fourth individually and winning a gold medal at the World Mathematics Team Championship and representing Korea at the HMIT competition in Boston. I hope that this group of students will make a positive impact on the world they are about to explore. And now to the certificates. Hee-Won Choi, reading Social Sciences. Sumatra Costin, reading Media and Communication. Jung-Hoon Han, reading Business. Dawn Kim, reading Performing Arts. Min Seo Kim, reading Business. Seung Joon Kim, reading Economics and an Academic Scholar. Taeyang Kim. Unsung Ko, reading Medicine. Seung-Won Lee, reading Biology. And Seung Jae Yang, reading Mathematics and an Academic Scholar.
Can I please invite Mr. Harrison's tutor group, Haller North 13C.
Being a form tutor can be the hardest job in the world. Being the tutor of Haller North 13C is quite possibly the easiest thing that I've ever done. I can honestly say that from that first day in August 2019 until now, I've never worked with a more committed, a more mature and a more responsible group of young people. With minimal turbulence, they have negotiated a steady trajectory towards the summit of the mountain that is IB success. And this resounding success is a testament to the talent and the character in this impressive group of young minds. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the characters and the minds that make up Haller North 13C. Ji-won is a one-woman tour de force. She's a gutsy young lady with the strength of character and the determination to realize her dream of bringing about positive change in the world. Brian aspires to be the president of Korea. It wasn't a joke. He's a leader, he's a comedian, he's a warm-hearted friend with a keen ear and a keen eye. Ethan is the kind of man that you want on your side if you're going into a war. He's a tenacious character. He's ready to face any challenge head on, and he brushes his teeth an awful lot. Sean is the kind of man you'd want by your side if you needed someone to land a plane without a pilot. He thinks constructively, he exudes positivity, and most importantly, he's absolutely unflappable. Harry is a truly self-assured young man who has his life firmly by the reins. He has a disarming natural charm that will warm even the coldest of hearts. Luella's a born leader, and she has demonstrated continuously that the greatest leaders lead by example. She has been a mother and a sister to the tutor group over the last 2 years. Jason is the embodiment of the title, Silent but Deadly. He's an unflappable character again. The temperature of this particular moon has rarely ventured a degree north of cool. June has charm and charisma in abundance. His warmth, his good humour will undoubtedly win hearts and minds as he continues his journey to that distant place, curiously named Anywhere. Well, Subin is a techie wizardess. She's also an absolute demon with a skipping rope. She's a sensational performer, and she is unquestionably the most organised person that I've ever met. Sohyun is exactly the kind of person that you'd want around if you were looking to hire a paid assassin. She's quiet and stealthy. She always finishes a job, and she does everything with a smile. And finally, Olivia. Well, Olivia is an influencer. Within 2 days of joining my tutor group, knee-length skirts were gone for good. When Olivia says something is going to get done, it will be done. It will be done with the absolute minimum of fuss, and it will be done with the flair and the sense of style that is her trademark. And so, here we are. You made it. It's time to wish you all bon voyage, bon chance, and to send you to your wide and exciting futures. As you embark on that journey, just remember, work hard, play hard, have a sense of humour and a smile in everything that you do. Make sure that you take some risks along the way, and above all, reach for the stars. Okay, so I'd like to welcome my tutor group to receive their certificates. So, Ji-won Choi, Reading International Studies. Sung-jun Choi, Reading Public Administration. Jung-soo Ha, Reading Audio Engineering. Young-sun Hong, who is also an academic scholar, Reading Economics. Ji-nook Kim, Reading Sports Management and Leisure Studies. Yeon-so Lee, Reading Psychology. Jin-Hoon Moon, who's also an academic scholar reading computer science. Jungi Park, reading mathematics. Subin So, reading business administration. So Hyun Shin, reading management and organizational studies. And Jiun Sung, reading art.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Could I please invite Mr. Thorrington and his tutor group, Hallow North 13D.
Well, HN13D, you made it. You're here. Start here, go everywhere, as we're about to find out. It's a thing of real joy to be made to feel so welcomed as HN13D warmly did when I joined them halfway in August of 2020. It's not the best, it's my third tutor group of that kind in this school, and by far the kindest I've ever met. I am very grateful for how adaptable they have been on this shared journey into year 13, despite my consistently forgetting each and every one of their birthdays, even though there was a birthday board right behind my desk. I am blessed to have witnessed their transition into the ambitious adults they are today. It's difficult to sum up 13 individuals in so short a space of time, so instead I will group them according to their morning arrival times, from the enthusiastically early to the fashionably late. In the first group, we have Boris, who is always thinking about brighter and more successful tomorrows. Malik, the coolest of individuals with a great heart and fabulous taste in music. I'm stealing his playlist later. Ray, who must just about be the most calm individual I've ever met. And Shine, who at 12 was more mature than I'll ever be, and for whom all careers are within reach. The second group, scientifically on time. Daniel, a voice for radio, a gentleman scholar, and a great seating partner to Junhee, who greeted me every morning with the most glorious smile, even behind that mask. Finally, Eileen, a no-nonsense character whose bursts of laughter I have greatly enjoyed each morning. It's brought me constant joy. The third group treat time with much poetic fluidity, but they're still fabulous. Michael, ever in demand as the school's premier photographer, best boy, grip, diplomat, sound engineer. Erin, with possibly the kindest of all hearts, and Philip, whose personality has blossomed this year alongside his taste for breakfast hot dogs. Last but not least are what I call my gorgeous pen pals, those I have got to know as well in the flesh as I have via email. Do-won, whose passion for science is as wonderful as it is intimidating. Jung-hyun, a multi-linguist, watashi wa omoshiroi desu, who has taught me about the values of resilience and persistence. And Yejin, whose sense of style and fashion is as visible as her kindness towards others. So, 13 incredibly diverse individuals. I shall miss your presence in my mornings, and I wish you all joy and happiness. when you go anywhere. My advice, be you. Don't ever apologize for you. Be kind, be compassionate, but above all, be you. So 13 HND, a big round of applause. Okay, are we ready? Hee-sun Tong reading neuroscience. Ham Ji-hoon reading photography and imaging. Tian Hao Boris Ju reading international relations. Do-won Kim reading biomedical engineering. Dong-woo Kim, an academic scholar reading neuroscience and behavior. Where am I? Jun-hee Lee reading computer science. Sol Lee Bo Hyun Moon reading criminology. Chung Hyun Park reading liberal arts. And Sung Hyung Park going for pre-med studies. Yejin Son reading actuarial sciences. Malik Traor reading theatre. And Li Xiao Wei Wang reading psychology.
Could I please invite Mr. Mayang and his tutor group, Hulla North 13E.
Since Mr. Lim became the principal of another school and left in February, I started working NLCS Jeju and have been in charge of 11 tutors. When I entered tutor room on my first working day, there were 11 NLCS specialists in front of me. So I had nothing, literally nothing to help them. Later, the tutors helped me get used to this school. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the 11 tutors. Standing here reminds me of the memories we had together, where the day we took the yearbook photo was fun because the tutors didn't say, "Who are you?" They kindly put me in the tutor group photos. Thank you very much. That's all. Because our history is short, it is hard to tell you how exceptional my tutors are. I wish I had a scholar of Dragon Ball or sorting hat of Harry Potter, but I don't. So I'm going to tell you what Mr. Lim said about tutors. Jae-hyuk is very honest and reliable student who has well-developed sense of humor. He will enjoy dealing with the new challenges he will encounter. Yoon-seo is a hardworking individual who has great ambition and passion. He will keep improving and achieve great things. Hyunwook is a caring and thoughtful student who also has talents in fencing and volleyball. He will continuously use his time to benefit others. Eun-sang is a creative and imaginative student who holds many varied interests. He will be an accountable and responsible person. Narin is a student with an extremely positive attitude and strong capability. She is an independent person who knows what she wants and goes out to get it. Sung-hoon Kim has demonstrated great ability in leadership and teamwork through his contribution to the sporting teams. He will be able to become a leader no matter what field he goes into. Sung-hoon Lee is very deep and thoughtful people. He has independence and adaptability to manage various things effectively. His effort and attitude will carry him closer to his goal. Jiu is a strongly creative individual who has inner confidence. She will go straight to her goal with calm passion. Chanu has demonstrated positive character trait and represented the school on the rugby teams. His positive mindset and hardworking personality will lead him to where he wants. Na-kyung is a student with leadership and warm heart. She will be able to be who she wants to be with her enthusiastic attitude. Suin is a likable and polite student who has incredible self-discipline. Her ability to collaborate and be goal-oriented will lead her to success. My tutors, 2 months was too short for us to get to know each other, but I could feel with my heart that you are good people. Each one of you is a good person. Do not care about your shortcomings. Do focus on your advantages. And spend a lot of time with your family this summer. I do hope all of you will be happy. Thank you. Jae-hyuk Choi, leading economics, but he didn't get here today. Oh, sorry. Yoon-seo Han, leading international business, finance, and economics. Hyunwook Im, leading biology. Eun-sang Jang, reading Mechanical Engineering. Narin Kim, reading Management. Sung-hoon Kim, reading Electrical Engineering. Sung-hoon Lee, reading Mechanical Engineering. Jiwoo Park, reading Illustration. Chanwoo Shin, reading Electrical Engineering. Nagyong Song, reading Psychology. Suin Yang, reading Management.
Finally, could I please invite Mr. Chaddock's tutor group, Haller North 13F. Afternoon. Here you go. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. I actually first came to Jeju in 2002, which is the year these guys were born, which makes me feel very, very old. It's been an absolute pleasure being the tutor for Janice, Haesun, Jason, Sarah, Victor, Andy, Min-sung, Peter, Catherine, Haejun, and Lucia. You guys have been simply fantastic and given me no stress whatsoever over the 2 years. I wish you all the very best of luck as you depart to different parts of the world to begin an exciting new part of your life. In the Korean language, there is an unpleasant expression young people use to describe older people who give them unwanted advice. That expression is gonde. I don't want to be a gonde, but I will say one thing. I believe in life there are two types of people. There are doers and there are sayers. So my one piece of advice for you guys is be a doer. Get out of bed and make things happen and be a palpable difference to people in your life. Don't be a sayer who never really gets much done. Thank you very much. So first of all, we have Ji-won Choi reading Chemical Engineering. Next, Lucia Jin reading Psychology. Min-sung Kang reading Design and Art. And Hae Sung Kim reading art. We have Min-so Peter Kim reading economics. Next up, Sung-hyup Victor Kim reading studio art. Next, Taeyeon Andy Kim reading business management. Next, Jongwon Jason Lim reading molecular biology. Wow. Next up, Sarah Park reading pharmacy. Hee-jun Shin will be reading computer science. And finally, part of our Big Eight, Catherine Wu, reading electrical and computer engineering. Well done.
We're now lucky to welcome to stage three more of our graduates, Young Jae Song, Song Hun Lee, and So Hyun Shin, a string trio playing Franz Schubert, Death and the Maiden.
네, 오늘 송영재, 이승훈, 신서연 학생이 슈베르트의 죽음과 소녀를 연주하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you, that was incredible. I would now like to warmly welcome two of our esteemed alumni, Gillian Chun and Hannah So, graduates in 2015 and 2019 respectively, to introduce ONLJ, our alumni association, to which all of you now belong.
오늘 특별히 졸업식에 방문해준 반가운 얼굴들이 있습니다. 2015년 그리고 19년에 졸업한 질리언 천 졸업생 그리고 서한나 졸업생이 NLCS 제주 졸업생 동문회인 올드 노스 런던 제주에 대해 소개해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 졸업하는 모든 학생들은 이제 올드 노스 런던 제주에 소속이 됩니다.
Hello, and very, very big congratulations to the wonderful graduating class of 2021. I'm Jillian, class of 2015, and it's been an honor to be able to come back and work with some of you this term, and an even greater honor to be here with you on such a special occasion. I remember the night before my valedictory 6 years ago. Me and my best friend were very anxious about our future and what lay ahead, and we spent the whole night drawing up a 5-year plan of our future, years 2015 to 2020. And I remember us even emailing this Harvard professor at night, asking her, "Oh, will you be our PhD supervisor when we're 25? And we hadn't even gotten our high school diploma yet. And 6 years later, I did achieve that particular dream, and she is my supervisor now. But so much things we wrote together didn't happen or were changed in such different ways. So my friend would change her uni, she changed her major twice, I changed my field, she wrote this very beautiful novel, this piece of literature, I moved to Tokyo, and there was Brexit and Trump and a global pandemic, and none of that was in our 5-year plan. We didn't see any of that coming at all. So I guess the reason I'm telling you that story is some of you here today might already have dreams that you will go on to achieve, and some of you may change your dreams drastically in the coming years, and some of you may end up in amazing places that you wouldn't have pictured you'd go in your wildest dreams. And each and every one of you will have a personal, unique, and unforgettable journey. And the only thing I can really tell you about that is to not worry about the future, to keep an open mind, and to remember that your time here will always be inside of you, the resources, the memories, the time, and your time in Jeju will help you when you're least expecting it in the most unlikely places. So the next time someone asks you what's your plan, where do you see yourself in 5 years, what's going to happen in your life, and you're worried or scared or stressed because your answer is I don't know, I think you should be very proud of that answer, because as cheesy as that may sound, it means that you have everything to live for, and everything is just starting right now. And I'm so excited for you and all your journeys ahead. And I'm very happy and honored to welcome you all from today, from this moment onward, into our ever-growing community of alumni of NLCS Jeju. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hannah from class of 2019. First of all, congratulations, class of 2021. You made it. And some of you I know started from year 11, year 9, year 7, and I noticed few of you started from junior school. No matter how long you stayed in here, this is the end of chapter in NLCS Jeju for everyone. Well done for your effort and time, and another well done for you to manage to finish 2 years of IB. That's a very high achievement. I remember myself sitting down in the same place 2 years ago, wondering what my life's gonna look like after the valedictory. A lot of things happened, ups and downs. And it was a pretty different world more than I expected. But I can definitely tell you, everything that I've done was worth to experience. It guided me to the best pathway to shape me in the best form. And I'm pretty sure that you'll miss the time in here as a student. I'm telling you as a person who came back to school as a gap assistant. You basically lived, studied, ate together. Your friends lived right in front of your room, like less than a meter away from the door. And you made so many memories and achievements and relationship with your friends, but also with the people in lower and upper year groups and staff. Everyone has a different dreams and pathway, but the 3 things that I can tell you right now that applies for everyone is trust your gut feeling, do whatever you want to do, and make a decision that you won't regret. After you graduate, if you step forward, there are so many opportunities and chances that you can explore and find out who you are. And I'm still in that process as well. It is a very responsible journey, but it is worth to take it. Class of 2021, congratulations again, and I'm very looking forward to see you guys as an alumni outside of this campus. Today is your day. A round of applause for all of you. Well done.
At this point, it gives me great pleasure to announce that for the first time this year, the Alumni Parents Association have generously donated awards for some of our graduating students. The categories for these awards are the Peer Service Award and Commitment to Societies.
감사하게도 졸업생 학부모회 NLCS 제주 APA에서 졸업생들에게 장학금을 전달해 주십니다. 장학금 수여 부분과 대상자를 곧 발표하도록 하겠습니다. 이번 졸업생들이 첫 수혜자입니다. 장학금 수여 부분은 Peer Service Award와 Society 부분입니다.
The inaugural recipients of the Peer Service Award are Jongwon Lim and Na Young Son, and I'd like to invite them up to the stage to receive their certificates.
네, Peer Service Award는 임종원 그리고 손나영 학생입니다.
And the Commitment to Societies awardees, Yoon Sang Kim and Luella Lee, I'd like to also invite you up to stage for your certificates.
네, Society 부는 김윤상 학생, 루엘라 리 학생입니다.
Finally, I invite Jerry Rim and Helen Jung, head boy and head girl of the class of 2021, to give the closing address.
이제 마지막으로 헤드보이 제리 림 학생과 헤드걸 헬렌 정 학생의 답사가 있겠습니다.
I'm surprised you're all awake. Thank you. Good afternoon, all. Before we begin our short speech, I'd like to sincerely apologize to our parents who unfortunately are unable to attend the ceremony in person due to the safety precautions that strangely appear to be different across schools of GEC. I'd also like to make an apology to our fellow students whose rightful claim for prom has been obstinately denied by the school's administrative body that values students' health and welfare only after all the exams. 안녕하십니까. 짧은 인사의 말씀을 드리기에 앞서 영어 교육 도시 내의 다른 국제학교와는 이상하리 많지 상이한 NLCS의 방역 조치에 따라 사랑하는 자녀의 한 번뿐인 졸업식을 작은 휴대폰 화면으로 지켜보시고 계실 학부모님들께 우선 진심으로 사과의 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 그래도 최첨단의 방식으로 졸업식을 지켜본 첫 세대라는 점에서 본인들께 큰 박수를 드리고 싶습니다. 그리고 학생들의 안위와 복지를 시험이 끝나고 나서야 지극정성으로 챙기는 학교 행정 절차에 따라 불미스럽게 취소된 졸업 파티 프롬에 대해 앞에 앉아 계신 학우 여러분께 심심한 사과의 말을 전합니다. Well, we did a class of 2021. We just reached what could be the greatest milestone yet in our short but intense 19 years of life. For some, it may be 18, 17, or even 16. Yes, it's for you, Han. And even though high school graduation may seem like the end of a grand chapter, I merely see it as an exposition, the beginning of all beginnings, the end of a tutorial, the first step into the infamous journey of adulthood. 졸업생 여러분, 우린 해냈습니다. 길다면 길고 짧다면 짧은 19년간의 여정에서 수많은 이정표를 거쳐 비로소 가장 찬란하고 거대한 이 자리에 기어이 도달하고야 말았습니다. 물론 누군가에겐 그 여정이 17년일 수도 혹은 18년일 수도 그리고 믿기진 않지만 16년일 수도 있겠죠. 맞아, 안성아 너야. 누군가는 오늘이 한 서사의 장대한 피날레라고 생각할 수도 있겠지만 저는 졸업이야말로 새로운 세상으로 나가는 진정한 의미의 첫 한 발이라고 믿습니다.
However, I do not have a single ounce of worry about you guys surviving and thriving in your lives after graduation. Perhaps some thoughts of anxiety and doubt for yourself would be inevitable. Still, the resilience and courage I've seen within all of you will turn those moments into valuable experiences that will benefit you over the coming years. You, the graduating class of 2021, just managed to go through the most strenuous and unprecedentedly challenging years of IB diploma. Infrequently disturbed by the global pandemic, the abnormal climate of Jeju Island, and the constant temptation of procrastination. 저는 이 자리에 함께한 모든 학우들이 앞으로 펼쳐질 모험을 자신의 색깔과 장점으로 잘 헤쳐나갈 것을 믿어 의심치 않습니다. 물론 이따금씩 불안과 회의에 사로잡혀 적지 않은 시련과 실패를 겪을 수도, 아니 경험하게 되겠지만 제가 본 여러분 내면의 굳은 용기와 강인함 그리고 성실함이라면 그 작은 실패와 시련조차 하나의 멋진 경험으로 탈바꿈시킬 것을 믿습니다. 우리 모두는 근대 역사상 유례없는 불확실성의 시대를 묵묵히 가로질러 이 자리에 왔습니다. 우리 IB 여정은 그 어떤 뚜렷한 이정표도 없었고 시시각각 변화하는 거친 바람의 섬 제주에서의 위태로운 날들이었으며 수많은 유혹과의 대결이었습니다.
At times we may have been weak and helpless, yet we never fully succumbed to these obstacles but valiantly embraced our duties as exceptional students of NLCS Jeju. Completing back-to-back IAs, revising the content-heavy syllabus, and taking the stressful final exams. 우리는 때로 나약했고 때론 무기력했을지도 모르지만 절대 포기하거나 장애물에 가로막혀 무릎 굽히지 않았습니다. 끝이 보이지 않는 어두컴컴한 역경 속에서도 우리는 자랑스러운 NLCS 제주의 구성원으로서 주어진 모든 의무를 성실하고 용감하게 완수해냈습니다. 결코 끝나지 않을 것 같던 수많은 IA들, TOK와 EE, 우리는 그 모든 과제를 기어이 제출했습니다. 텍스트와 이미지로 꽉 찬 PPT를 수만 장 만들었고 깨알같은 글씨의 교재를 통째로 암기하고 씹어삼켰습니다. 그리고 끝까지 우리를 괴롭혔던 최종 시험까지 끝냈습니다.
We, Jerry and I, also stand here as not the earliest, but as one of few remaining observers of NLCS Jeju, who watched ourselves and our very community expand and mature. There were times when I was almost a foot taller than Jerry over here, times when there was only one hala, times when we had to change our blue and brown uniforms as we slowly outgrew them. There were times when we sprinted to hit the lights after 10 p.m. whenever footsteps echoed down the house corridor, times when we madly shouted out the names of our houses during house competitions and coming out with frogs in our throats. 또한 몇몇 학우 여러분과 저희는 NLCS 제주가 생기고 우리가 속한 공동체가 성장하는 과정을 목도한 목격자로서 이 자리에 서 있습니다. 단순히 이곳에 일찍 온 개척자가 아닌 그 모든 성장을 지켜본 거의 마지막 세대의 책임감을 말하고 싶습니다. 제가 여기 서 있는 제리를 처음 만났을 땐 제리보다 한 뼘은 큰 여학생이었습니다. 또한 저는 한라하우스가 노스와 이스트로 나뉘는 역사도 지켜보았고 밤 10시 소등 이후 기숙사 복도의 발소리에 몰래 켰던 전등을 다시 껐던 때도 있었습니다. 그리고 매주 열리는 하우스 대항전에서 목이 터져라 우리 하우스를 응원하고 돌아오던 때도 있었습니다. 저는 그 과정을 작은 교복에서 점점 큰 교복으로 갈아입으며 한 발 한 발 천천히 걸어 오늘, 지금 여기까지 왔습니다.
There were also times when the boys and I became FBI agents, executing our own mission impossible to save our electronics that lay beyond locked doors. Sometimes we were athletes, glorious victors, even national champions, not mere students who study all day long. I still remember not only the taste of jjajangmyeon that I had on Jindo Beach, but also of the salty tears that I wept after a miraculous comeback in the national championship final. I truly cherish these memories, these moments, as these fragments of experiences built the present me, standing in front of you all. 때론 우린 FBI 요원이 되어 굳게 잠긴 문 너머에 전자기기들을 구철하는 임무도 완수하고 학교에 이름이 박힌 유니폼을 입고 구슬땀 흘리며 전국대회 우승이라는 쾌거를 달성하기도 했습니다. 우리는 오전 9시부터 오후 5시까지 기계처럼 공부만 하는 그렇고 그런 학생이 아니었으니까요. 저는 아직도 친구들과 경기하러 갔던 진도의 어느 바닷가에서 먹은 짜장면의 맛을 잊지 못합니다. 하지만 그것보다 더 기억에 남는 것은 바로 짜릿한 역전승 후에 흘린 뜨거운 눈물의 짠맛입니다. 아마 전 이 소중한 기억을 아주 오랫도록 간직하게 될 것 같습니다. 이 수많은 경험의 편린들이 여러분 앞에 서 있는 지금의 저를 만드는 원동력이기 때문입니다. However, it is not only these circumstances and situations that toughen the fragile minds of mine and yours. In fact, at least for me, it was you, my fellow students, who taught me some invaluable lessons that would help me throughout the rest of my life, whether you are aware of it or not. Kyle, you taught me the virtues of resilience, the admirable ability to bounce back despite all adversities. Tony, you taught me the virtues of empathy, the warmth to embrace, listen, and understand both sides, no matter what conflicts we're put in. Minsung Jaeyoung, you too taught me the virtues of joy, the spirit of putting all stressful thoughts aside and enjoying the precious moments of life that are given to us. 하지만 단지 이러한 경험만이 미성숙했던 우리를 성장시킨 것은 아닙니다. 사실 적어도 저에게만큼은 여러분이 알게 모르게 던진 크고 작은 한마디가 제 남은 생에 큰 도움이 될 만한 소중한 교훈이었습니다. 성윤은 제게 웅크린 스프링이 하늘로 튀어오르는 탄성이 무엇인지를 가르쳐준 친구입니다. 나를 짓누르는 모든 역경에도 불구하고 바닥을 딛고 하늘로 튀어오르는 기적과도 같은 능력 말입니다. 태연이는 공감의 미덕이 무엇인지를 가르쳐 주었습니다. 서로 상반되는 의견을 가진 사람들이 첨예하게 대립하더라도 그 양 극단의 목소리를 듣고 진정으로 이해하며 하나로 어우른 따뜻함이 바로 태연이가 제게 알려준 공감의 뜻이었습니다. 김민성, 정재용, 이 두 명의 친구는 제게 순수한 의미의 기쁨에 대해 알려주었습니다. 모든 불편한 생각은 접어두고 우리에게 주어진 삶의 소중한 순간들을 마음껏 즐길 수 있는 자유로운 마음가짐을 말입니다.
As for me, Nayoung, you taught me the art of tenacity, always self-driven, putting the utmost efforts in any form of commitment. Michael and Catherine, you taught me the art of giving, running here and there with your little SIM cards and heavy cameras to enable the students to shape their imaginative visions into reality. Cindy, you taught me the art of taking responsibilities, taking notice of even the subtlest and unspoken needs of others or stances, and aiming for the best possible outcome. 한별이의 말에 덧붙여 나영이는 제게 끈기의 힘을 가르쳐 주었습니다. 항상 주도적인 태도로 어떤 과업도 묵묵히 최선을 다하는 멋진 모습이 그 위대한 증거입니다. 그리고 함지훈, 캐서린, 이 두 친구는 제게 나눔의 미덕과 기쁨에 대해 가르쳐 주었습니다. 머릿속에 팝콘처럼 튀어오르는 기가 막힌 상상력을 현실로 만들어준 두 친구는 아주 작은 싱카드와 무거운 카메라 장비를 들고 여기저기 뛰어다니며 NLCS 구성원들의 미친 상상력을 아낌없는 재능 기부를 통해 현실로 구현해 주었습니다. 그리고 승빈은 저에게 책임을 지는 사람의 올곧은 자세에 대해 보여주었습니다. 주변인들과 그들을 둘러싼 상황에서 발생하는 미묘한 갈등을 피하지 않고 책임감 있게 해결해 최선의 결과를 유도하는 멋진 모습을 통해 말입니다. We should also be mindful of the vital assistance and encouragement that we received from others during our school lives, as without them, we would never be able to celebrate our graduation in the first place. First and foremost, we should thank our dear parents who not only paid our tuition, but also were always there to support us with unbounded love and care. Tutors and teachers sometimes punished us for our misdeed, but ultimately guided us to achieve our ambitious academic goals and to develop qualities essential for us to succeed as we step into the wider society. 마지막으로 이 짧은 연설을 마치기 전에 학창 시절 내내 NLCS의 모든 구성원들에게서 받은 값진 도움과 그 따뜻했던 격려를 잊지 말자고 전하고 싶습니다. 그분들이 없었다면 우리는 오늘 졸업의 기쁨을 함께 나누지 못했을지도 모릅니다. 무엇보다 단순히 금전적 지원이 아닌 무한한 사랑과 보살핌으로 우리를 걸어나가게 해주셨던 사랑하는 부모님께 한없는 감사의 말씀을 올립니다. 또한 튜터 선생님들의 따끔한 충고와 애정어린 조언이 우리가 사회라는 거대한 세계에서 담대하게 첫 발을 내딛는 용기를 주셨다고 믿습니다.
We would also like to specifically mention and thank individuals who have helped us as class of 2021. Firstly, our head of sixth form, Mr. Cox, also joined us later in the academic year as the headmaster, housemaster of Hala East. IB diploma coordinator, Miss Oliver, can you please come up to stage? Our head of year, Mr. Sanagadu. The Hala East boys team, which included Mr. Baker, who sadly left us now, Mr. Perry and Mr. Harris. Hala North boys team, Mr. Davis and Mr. Fernandez. Can Mr. Davis please come up to stage to get those flowers? Hala East girls, Dr. Gizain, who was also our amazing E coordinator, and Ms. Daria. Hala North girls, Mrs. Collison and Ms. Dean. Can Mrs. Collison please come up to stage? And our CAS coordinator, Mr. Tufts, and head of TOK, my favorite, Mr. Schwartz. And as those people collect their flowers, I'd also like to add a few last words. I'd like to thank Mike, Harold, Sangmin, David, Hojin, and all the boys and girls who left the school and are not here to congratulate our graduation. But without them, I personally believe that I wouldn't be here. Mr. Campbell and Mr. Eels, Mrs. Eels, and all the other staffs who left us, again, thank you. 그리고 마지막으로 9년 동안 저를 어보다 키우다시피 한 미선쌤에게 감사한다고 꼭 전해드리고 싶습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, everyone. That brings today's ceremony to an end. Class of 2021, that is the end of this particular journey. Can we all please stand and give them one last round of applause? Thank you.